The top-end shooters, yeah, they'll all be going down the gym on a regular basis to improve their strength and flexibility as well. It's a big thing to be more flexible because of the movement and the upper arm and shoulder, upper back. It's got to be nice and strong, but also mobile and fast. They've got to be able to move and react quickly to the situations that are going on in front of them. There's always those wonderful marginal gains to be found by doing something that the opposition aren't.
TSC is brought to you with support from Sabatti Guns from Rangerite, CCI Clays, Yieldits Guns, Ely Cartridges, Browning Guns, Bowman Traps, and Breeden School.
So Dave's got the academy, the 2017 academy starting today. So we've just had a little chat with them about exercise, nutrition, sleep, and just talk to them about how they can improve themselves just by doing, again, some very simple things, whether it's little bits of training, the focus that they have before they go and do a shoot, so getting themselves in the right headspace. Nutrition, the right foods, not too many of the crisps and sweets and the fizzy drinks. It's more of a healthy eating approach and sensible sleep as well. Some will be more enthusiastic for it and more into it than others. It's just about giving them some advice and guidance, and hopefully they can get the best out of it for as long as possible. Everybody can benefit from be it healthy activities, healthy eating, or sensible sleep. Everybody's going to benefit from it. Well, personal trainers, yes, it's certainly something to consider if you're wanting to get fit. But from a shooting point of view, it's to give focus to the alternative training that you need to do for shooting, so core stability, mobility and flexibility. And with shooting it can be one side dominant, so you need to sometimes redress the balance with the shoulders and the upper back in particular. So working through some strength training programs and flexibility programs are excellent for shooting. They'll end up being sharper. They'll be more alert because their posture will be better. They'll actually expand their rib cage. Their lung function will get better because they're getting more oxygen into the system, because they'll be actually standing up better with a better posture, okay, rather than slouching over. So definitely. You should be considering, is your core strong enough? So that's the abdominals, the glutes, thighs, upper leg. Make sure they're strong enough so that you can be agile enough to move around as you go through your competition. You may get tired, so if that area is stronger, then you're better prepared to cope with those more nervous times of the competition as you get towards the end of it, and you need to make sure that you're hitting every clay. Then you're in tip-top physical condition to do that. You're looking at constantly addressing the core. I use the fit ball or Swiss ball quite a lot, so we're looking at balance and challenging our balance. So you can do exercises where you go onto one leg, so then you're challenged yourself from a balance point of view. Get parents throwing balls at you, so catching, throwing, but when you're off balance. Those sort of goalkeeping type exercises. Think about playing a sport, squash, boxing, where you're sparring. So you've actually got to move yourself around a little bit. So getting the headspace right. So it's an excellent alternative to just exercising. And yeah, you've got to do it, 3-4 times a week. Doesn't need to be for long, but 15-20 minutes a day, 3 or 4 times a week, be excellent. There are certainly things people can do for themselves. If they've got themselves a Swiss ball, firstly just sit on it, sitting up nice and tall, get the posture right, and then just take one foot off the ground. All of a sudden the core is engaged, okay, you've locked on. Swap it over with the other leg because one side will always be more dominant than the other. Lie yourself down so that the head and shoulders are on top of the football, and then you lift the bottom up so that all of that core is engaged, and then attempt to lift a heel off the ground and then the other heel, and you gradually work on the balance and the core from that side of things. So really simple things that you can do. Even Without a ball, stand on one leg, cleaning your teeth. Just very, very simple things that you can do literally twice a day. And again, this is where the focus comes in. So preparation for the event that you're going into is, vitally important. You can't just turn up and, get out of the car having been in there for a couple of hours and get the gun out and go and have a shoot. Nobody else does it in another sport. They go and do a warm-up. The footballers go on the pitch and warm up beforehand. The tennis players go and hit the ball beforehand. They go and hydrate. You've got to do the same with shooting. You've got to give it that same attention to detail. Just respect the fact that you're there to try and win. And if you put yourself in the best position possible by focusing on, the job in hand, by giving it a little bit of attention before you actually get to the stand, brilliant.
Lost and killed. Last pair.
Pull.
Bad luck. 9.
Beforehand, make sure you're well hydrated. Again, it's more about water. You don't need anything more than the waters. And eating, it's sort of fruit, that type of thing going on. It may be something like a tea cake, just something to keep you, nourished as you're going along. But certainly don't go for the Mars bars and fizzy drink, Lucozades, that type of thing. You don't need those because they'll send you high one way and then low the next. For every high, there's always going to be a low. So it's a dangerous game to play. So you'll end up being sort of too focused at one point and then not at all focused 10 minutes afterwards. So it's definitely not the way to go.